Hello and welcome to the theatre, which is the first build in this next Minecraft video. And like I said in the last one, it's the entertainment industry. And we've got 4 builds: the cinema, theatre, circus, and there's a smaller cinema at the other part of the world, which you've probably seen in the last one. This is the ticket booth, so you get your tickets from here, and there is an access into that from the side, which I'll go into after. Into the theatre area. It's a little bit bland in here, to be honest, but it works okay. It's got a nice chandelier at least. Yeah, it's just the stage is there. There used to be an outdoor theatre and the stage was in the same place. And like I said in the tower one, all the way back at the start of the midway attractions, you have got the buildings and the house in the middle are from the Blackpool Tower Theatre, the small one. The house is a little bit bigger though than it was there, and there's been a few extra buildings added, just to sort of flesh it out a bit on each side of the stage, because it's a lot bigger of a stage here. The trees have also been added, and the sun and the moon, which is reminding me a bit of a 3-stage. Yeah, and this is of course the performers view. The stage should be a bit more raised than this, I think, just being on ground level, but there's plenty of seats you can sit in and get a good view of the stage as well. There's no like interruptions with the seats. That's good. And of course you could film whatever you want in here, really. You could film a TV show if you wanted to. You could just get rid of this set and build whatever you want. This is the dressing room, so you've just got props in some of the chest costumes. That's supposed to be a mirror, a Minecraft mirror. And then this corridor leads down to the ticket booth, and this is where, I mean, that's like a poster for it kind of looks like an actor on stage, I suppose. So that's just like a poster for one of the films or shows that you'd be seeing. Oh, they could show films in here, I suppose. Some theatres do, but yeah, probably a show. And then you've got the window where the guests can buy tickets. And of course this building is it's just a metal building. This is just the facade on it, but it's a nice facade at least. And that is it for the theatre. We've kind of come full circle, gone in the entrance, come out the staff door. Now we're going to go to the cinema. And this is the cinema. And yeah, it's just next to the arcade there and the cable car. This is a nice building. It's older than the theatre. The theatre was kind of modelled after this in a way. But yeah, they're both quite nice. This is the foyer, as I like to call it, after that Jeff Goldblum advert for Wicked. I can't unhear that when I hear the word foyer now, so I've just got to call it the Cineworld foyer. Yeah, this is the foyer area. We're showing Infinity War. That's the only film we've got on because there is only one screen, although I'm pretty sure it used to have a different film. Well, it did, because I looked at an old copy of This World and it had a different film showing there, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was an older film. But yeah, because This World was founded in 2018, this was built in early 2019, it has Infinity War there. There was one point when it had a poster for The Rise of Yoda, which was an awful Star Wars film that I made in This World. Yeah, it was bad. And there is a studio where, because the set is pretty good, and in the back of the amusement park is actually a studio where I made it. And I've got a Doctor Who set there for the Underwater Menace, which we'll see in another video. I'll go into why I built all that eventually. These are like the icy machines. I'm assuming it's icy because it's got the Vimto flavour. Coca-Cola, and then the 2 popcorns. Here's the entrance. So you got, well, you'd have 2 staff members because of the 2 seats, but it looks like there's 2 screens. It's just the same screen. It just leads into the same one. As you go into here, and it's quite small actually, if you look at it, but it works all right for what it is. Big screen. It was refurbished because it used to have orange walls and it looked a bit ugly, so it was changed to black and grey, so it looks more like Cineworld. The red seats and stuff have always been here. But yeah, there's not really much to show in a Minecraft cinema, is there? I think there used to be like a set on the screen and they've just made it black because it looks a bit better. Just, you know, and I mean, it hasn't got the reclined seats. I wouldn't want to be sitting on a wooden seat like that and then having to look up at the screen because you definitely get a headache. But yeah, I mean, look at the projector here. It's going to be high quality, isn't it, that? are massive. Yeah, so that's the cinema. It's a nice build. It's a little bit empty in there. It's a bit dark as well. There's no lights in that bit. But yeah, it's a nice building anyway. And now we are going to be going to the circus, which is at the back of the zoo. And here is the circus. Now, again, a bit of a similar design building with this one. It is based on a real circus, which is Great Yarmouth. As you all will tell by something that happens to this floor. It has actually got quite a few different things which you can grab from the dressing room in here. It's a bit more cosy than it used to be. So you'll see some things in the chest. What you can do if we grab bow and snowball. Now the snowballs are just for, like, you know, whatever, our equivalent of Johnny Mac to throw into the audience. Yeah, Johnny Mac is the sort of the comic relief, I suppose, of Great Yarmouth Circus. Does anyone know his catchphrase? He also does panto as well in, like, the surrounding areas of Great Yarmouth. I'd love to see him to see if he uses his catchphrase. He's got to say his catchphrase. But yeah, the Great Yarmouth Circus is my favourite one. It's better than Blackpool because Blackpool's doesn't have as deep of a pool. So as much as the theatre's bigger, the pool's not as deep. So yeah, this has a swimming pool. We'll get to it after. This is where you can knock an apple off someone's head. So you just do that. This is a magic trick. So what you can do, you can actually drop an ice. So if we drop a snowball in there, press this button, and it disappears. And the floor's completely flush. You can investigate it, whatever you want. Just make sure that you don't open, like, one of these doors because it'll give it away. Well, I think you can probably guess what happens. There is a trapdoor just down here, which is kind of concealed, just so you can get out if you fall down that. Well, if you're the magician, you fall down the hole. So yeah, that is the two little performance little things you can do there. You've also got the, well, we'll do the swing after because we need the swimming pool because then we can do something a bit more impressive with it. You've got the tightrope though, which you can walk. Again, this would be a bit more impressive over the water because at the moment you can just kind of run, you can go over it slowly if you want. There we go, you can see my new skin now. This is my new permanent skin. You can switch the lights off, although it's probably better with the lights on because you can barely see anything. And it doesn't really do as much as it used to because there's new lighting in here. Basically, there used to be a random outdoor circus with the magic trick and the apple trick. And it got demolished. And those have been moved into here just because now we've got a circus. There's so many different possibilities of acts you can do. So I'll do the swimming pool. So that lever, when you flick it, it lowers the floor. The swimming pool was a tutorial. I didn't do it on my own. However, the idea to put it in a circus was just based on the Great Yarmouth one. It also has these extra things in here where there's like water stored in the ceiling and some doors open up and it releases. And this is how you can actually get into swimming. So you can sort of swim around here. You can see there, they do like really impressive synchronised swimming, and they have like a, well, in the last show they had like a funny Titanic gag where Jack J was on a platform and then Johnny Mac released the pool and he just ends up going down and then splashes water on him and hits him with a giant crash mat so he falls in the water. But yeah, it's yeah, that's just, they do a lot of different things with the pool, and like most of the show is, they've got really good fountains. Blackpool is just a background object because it's not as deep, but surely there's more they can do with it. I mean, it's Merlin, they've got loads of money. Yeah, I still had to find a way to dig at Merlin, didn't I, in this video, in this series, because I did give Merlin a compliment with the term Midway attractions, but now I'm still moaning about them, so it wouldn't be me without moaning about Merlin, would it? Right, so this is the swing. You can jump into this bowl, which they didn't have in the last show, but the first time I saw the Yarmouth one in 2019, they had this like bowl where you could basically just swim round in there while they would do it. Like she was swinging off this and then jumped into the pool, like a little tank of water up here. And it was all kind of the focus up here. I think while they were setting stuff up down there. But that's the good thing about circuses. You can do something elsewhere. And you can get more acting as well as distracting people from setting, while they were setting other things up as well. So it means you can fit more acts into the time. Because that's the thing with Great Yarmouth. There's so many different acts, and that's why it's the best one. Some of them, they're like take normal acts and take them to the extreme, or take, like the last one was World Championship, they take them to the extreme, or just do them to a bigger scale than other circuses, and it's honestly really, really good. Definitely do it, because yeah, it's basically Blackpool's, but better on a completely other level. It's great. If that a completely other level, I can't even speak English while I'm talking about it. On a completely higher other level. But yeah, that's Great Yarmouth Circus. But yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, there we go. Oh, dive into the water. And yeah, that is the circus. And next up, we're going to the final entertainment space. I did spend longer in the circus than I expected, to be honest. We're going to the Mumbo Jumbo Cinema. And here we are at the Mumbo Jumbo Cinema, and the reason I call it that, well, it's got the big MJ sign. The exterior was actually my own thing. Mumbo did a video where I did a cinema tutorial, but he didn't do an exterior, so I put this in. That's basically where the interior came from. So you're going through a corridor, you get a bit of redstone exposed there. And then this is the cinema screen. Now it's very small, but it's supposed to be like a home cinema. Then what you do is you grab a disc and you put it in the jukebox, and it plays like a little scroll kind of film, with piston feed tape, of course. My favourite type of redstone contraption. And yeah, that is it for the cinema, pretty much. And yeah, it's a pretty simple concept, but it works really well. It also has the automatic lights as well, and then as soon as you take the disc out, switches off, and the screen stops moving. And oh, thunderstorm! What is it with the weather in this world? Yeah, the way I got the inspiration for the exterior was partially Grian with the anvils, and also because, well, we'll see in one of the later videos, he did a factory as well with this sign outside. And I just copied that over and made a cinema in a similar style. I think the popcorn bucket was based on the one in the thumbnail, I think. But yeah, I think it works quite well. It looks like something Mumbo would build, but I'm not sure if that's just because of the big letters. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And there's only 2 more videos in the town centre before we're on to the theme park. Or the amusement park, should I say. It is an amusement park.